At last I am returned to you.
Today we're going to play the new Stellaris DLC, The Machine Age, and use all of the new goodies this DLC brings to rush for a virtual Ascension and then become a fallen empire utilizing the brand new player crisis. And of course, you lovely people at home will get to see how it all pans out. Can we use these new powers to defeat the Mommyssiah, or will we join her? I need to say a special thank you to Paradox Interactive for giving me early access to the Machine Age DLC and for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out the Machine Age and support this channel, please follow the link down in the description below. Without any further ado though, let's dive straight into the new DLC. Let me introduce the Church of the Cube are the protectors of divine and cosmic justice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have individualistic machines. Let's dive in and look at this build. So our origin is one of the 3 new origins arc welders. This comes with a couple of rather nasty penalties that are going to hurt us down the line. First and foremost amongst them, our homeworld is a tiny size 15 pebble, and that sucks. And we also have 3 fewer pops at the start of the game. All of our initial mining districts are replaced with generator districts. Our home system has an arc furnace. Now, an arc furnace is one of the new kilo structures. This basically is going to grant us 1 extra mineral deposit on every planet, moon, and asteroid in our starting system, and a bonus of 25% extra mining station output. We can, of course, upgrade the arc furnace, and we're going to make it bigger and better than ever. We have the technology to make more arc furnaces and a guaranteed research option of mega engineering. Yes, you heard me. A guaranteed research option of mega engineering when we construct our second arc furnace. Tech rush, anybody? We of course have +1 megastructure build capacity, so we can build an extra megastructure all the time, and +1 arc furnace capacity. This is really nice. Let's dive in now and look at the denizens of the Church of the Cube. Enter Model 16. Model 16 was once a nanny bot. Originally designed as a domestic service droid, these machines boast fine motor skills, efficient resource management, and exceptional multitasking abilities. This is a free trait, and it gives us 5% additional amenities. Hells yeah, I'm taking it. We're of course machines, so we've got 20 extra years of leader lifespan. Our leaders all start at the age of 5 to 10, so they are very, very young and will live for a long time. We have 100% machine world habitability and a minimum of 50% habitability on other planets. Adaptive frames is an expensive 3-pointer trait. It's new. What does it do though? Well, the Model 16 automatically adjusts to the environment. You can see that because of the modular design of cubes within cubes. What this means is that when we pick a job, when a cube, a Model 16 is assigned to work, they will begin automatically changing the adaptive frames trait to pick one of these many traits. Logic engines if they're researcher, power drills if they're mining for minerals, harvesters if they're going for food, superconductive if they're going for energy. You get the drill. This is very, very good. Hailing from an ocean planet, the ocean world of Trons, the Church of the Cube boasts waterproof machines. This is basically the aquatic trait, but for machines. We're also going with high bandwidth because honestly, I'm not going to care about empire size from pops, and luxurious, because we need the extra points for adaptive frames and waterproof. Why am I not caring about empire size from pops? That's because we're getting sovereign guardianship. This unlocks the fanatic guardians as defense armies, allows us to build a reloading bay and star bases, and take the inner focus edict so we can convert influence into unity. We'll get massive penalties to our empire size from planets, branch offices, and systems, but massive reductions to empire size from pops and districts. And given that we are individualistic machines who may or may not be virtually ascending, we want to reduce empire size from pops, whereas we don't care as much about empire size from planets if we keep the number of planets we have down. Starting off as a machine and being able to take parliamentary system is just one of the fantastic new perks individualistic machines can do. We're also democratic, so we're going to be getting extra faction approval, and those factions will spawn straight away, and extra faction resource output. Model 16 is an egalitarian species, slightly militaristic because of course the church needs defending, and first and foremost they are spiritualist. Yes, the holy shape, the holy vessel of the cube is clearly the only form of sapient life in the universe that has an actual soul. None of those stupid meat machines have souls. Disgusting, the idea of a piece of meat with a soul. Next, you'll be trying to tell me that stars have souls. Honestly, terrifying, terrifying. Spiritualist here is going to grant us more monthly unity, a little bit of edict upkeep, a reduction and edict cost, as well as temples that allow us to praise to the great form of the Holy Cube. Egalitarian is going to be really necessary for the utopian living standards. We're going to be doing something a little bit broken later on when we virtually ascend, and egalitarian is going to be there to help us. The High Cube Calibra di Pebi is a commander with the Charisma trait, for anyone that's wondering. If you want to follow along at home, these are the settings I'm using today. Years of exploration have left Trons barren, but the skies above are rich with resources, and with an ambition matched only by our ingenuity, we now seek a livelihood in the space. Initial construction of the arc furnace was a massive undertaking, and many great cubes sacrificed their bodies to create it. Upgrading it to its full capacity is the obvious next step, as is the need for system-wide resource extraction. What lies beyond our borders? What incredible opportunities await the artful engineer? With the advent of FTL travel, our designs are no longer limited to a single system. The galaxy is our drafting board, and it's time to get to work. Though of course, not too big, we are playing pretty much now, I think, the tallest empire you can possibly play in Stellaris. And honestly, it actually feels really good. Ladies and gentlemen, tall has finally arrived. An energy grid and the capacity subsidies edict are going to be very, very useful to feed our hungry population. The other stuff involves space combat. Bizarre. I'm not sure why we'd need any weapons or space fleets. Anyway, come on, let's get on with it. Now, of course, as the only sapient life in the universe, we're going to stick to an isolationist policy. We don't want too many meatbags coming in and disturbing us. Not that there are any ones out there, but we just don't want that. The Model 16 is perfect. The Model 16 is great, but you know what the Model 16 lacks? Modularity. Introducing the all-new Model 17 with extendable flailing arms. Those extendable flailing arms come out from a central hearty cube with a new superconductive surface, and, as I mentioned, those extendable flailing arms. Look at the flailing arms go. Well, we're already going to switch over and start making more of these lovely Model 17s. You'll notice they build just a little bit quicker. The Free Cube Foundation, an egalitarian leading faction, the Guardians of the Cube, a slightly militarized faction, and the Priests of the Cube, who desperately want a blessed machine Ascension, are now the three main political groups in our civilization. We will be promoting the Free Cube Foundation a little bit to get that egalitarian ethic flowing, and away we go. The Home of Spires has a lovely 5 mineral deposit. When we combine that with the Arc Furnace 25% and some other bonuses we'll stack up in a moment, that is going to be a lot more than 5. The Investor Sphere 2 can be better. Veneration of Saints and encouraging political thought, those are the edicts we'll start off with. Might also grab Fortify the Border a little later, but here we go. So, in the spirit of our great new society that's finally exploring the galaxy, we're going to grab Prosperity because the success or failure of a star nation is purely based on the strength of its economy. It'll give us 20% more mining station output and set us off on a jolly good path. But let it also never be said that the cubes are not masters of the craft of statecraft. We'll dive into this and then pick up amongst peers before launching the Infinite Opportunities agenda that should coincide just about perfectly. And that'll boost the points of every member of the council. And it's 3 thumbs up from the Rick Factor Committee of Judges. We're through to the next round. Home of Water, a beautiful blue marble in a different system, the Mommyssiah system. Of course, the first thing we're going to build here is more Model 17s. We have a Model 16, they're the initial citizen, but Model 17, that's the way forwards. And I'm also told that in doing this later on, we could end up with quite a glut of fun on our hands. And if you're enjoying this video, please virtualize that like button. It's almost year 10, we have 1,000 alloys, we have 1,000 unity. Let's upgrade this arc furnace band. Currently it's just an equatorial band, but we're going to make it bigger and better. That was capacity subsidies, and next I'm going to grab field modulation, and we'll turn on capacity subsidies straight away and throw the building down as soon as we have the alloys. We've also found a quaint little system, Chudin. There's a nice molten world here that would be good fuel for the forge, and a host of other asteroids and different planetary bodies. I think there's about 30 different bodies in this system, so if we were to set up a new forge here, that would be a lot of income. Improving that arc furnace makes all of those 1 deposit minerals 2 and gives us another 25% mining station output. The next and possibly most important stage is the Mohole extractor. That brings us up to 3 minerals and an additional 1 alloy. we're getting close to 100 empire size. For our first Ascension perk, we're going to set down our Imperial prerogative. Huzzah! So, out of character for a moment, does that mean, as I'm a individualist machine, that these technicians are technically farmers? Oh god.
What have I done?
We've got plenty of influence. We're not really going to be expanding our borders too much more. Don't forget, we're playing a super wide build. So now it's time to understand ourselves. It's time to look inwards.
It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions.
Inner Focus will be granting us 10% more monthly unity at the cost of around only 1.8. Yes, we're getting loads of reductions here from Charismatic and Spiritualist, minus 37%. Focusing on some new mercantile traditions that we're just discovering we have, we're going to switch over now our trade policy thanks to adaptive economic policies. You might have an idea, and that's why you should sell it. The marketplace of ideas is now open for business, ladies and gentlemen. That's boosting our unity income even further. The church swells and grows. We're now 5 systems strong: Transkaras, Mesa, Lezuman, Borbagon, and Chudin. That might not seem like many, but actually it's quite a lot. These 3 colonies and 5 systems are costing us almost 60 empire size. Yikes. Empire size, just as a reminder, is fine as long as we keep it under 100. Above 100, we start getting penalties. The other issue we're running into now is that Trons is full, completely full. We haven't even filled it up with buildings yet, and it is chock-a-block. We've got some finicky management we're having to do. So here, Body of Blue, we're switching between an industrial world and a forge world based on how many consumer goods we've got. Of course, that's motivated by my desire to upgrade the arc furnace to the next level. Getting up to level 2 here has boosted our system output. Now let's take a look. It's making 17 alloys and 79 minerals at the cost of 80 energy, though it is also boosting the energy credit output, so really I guess it's only at the cost of 60 energy. This isn't too bad. This is nice. I can live with this. Statecraft is fully locked in now. For our second Ascension perk, we're going to master nature. We're playing tall, and this is a very important perk for tall. It unlocks the mastery of nature decision, allowing us to get +2 districts and 50% more maximum resource districts from planetary features. We're going to be using that on the capital to make the capital bigger. I'm going to use it right now. For the final level here, we only need 4,000 unity and 2,000 alloys. That's going to give us an extra alloy deposit each, so it should double our alloy output in the system up to somewhere in the region of 30 or so, and an extra 25% mining station output. So we should get even more minerals. We've got more space now. I can grab a city district and probably also a generator district. That'll be good. The year is 2228, and honestly, to all intents and purposes, this galaxy seems clearly empty. We've very, very much tried not to go out there and rustle any feathers too much, but it does seem pretty darn empty. I found Deneb. Now, I'm considering actually taking this system, because there's a nice 12-pop Renaissance planet there, a continental world, size 20, but I'd then go over 100 empire size. Let's just go and do it. I'll do that by taking Ulam first, then Deneb second, and while we're doing it, I might as well grab the other systems over here. We're up to 40 alloys basically and 90 minerals, thanks entirely to our beautiful and fully upgraded arc furnace. It's basically just pumping molten magma out of the center of this planet, and we're mining it up. We're going to change the rights around a little bit. Utopian abundance for all. Now that we've got that arc furnace going, everyone can live in luxury. That, of course, is going to have a massive impact on boosting our unity output. Thank goodness for that. Finishing off our mercantile traditions, completing insider trading and commercial enterprise has enabled us to bring on the synthetic age. The age of organics is over. The time of the machine has come. We're going to be looking into small-scale nanotechnology, shifting our form through modularity, or some sort of virtual existence. Goodness gracious me, while we look inwards, we've also found out that now we have the guarantee of mega engineering. That is so good. Yes, right now we can't research it. It would take too long. We're only making a paltry, roughly 300 research a month. But soon, very soon, it will be within our grasp. Holy moly, that is a whole lot of mining stations that we're going to be building here. Wowzers. As part of the transformation situation to look inwards, the one we're currently overclocking on, we've now got some nanite research concluded. This has given us a nanite replicator bay on the capital, which is producing nanites every month. Yes, we're getting free, unadulterated nanites right here, right now. If we save up some more of them, we can get a nice 10% research speed a little bit later on in the game. We could now try using some living metal on our population. Yeah, that might kill some people. However, we could just devote some moderate resources to understanding it. Well, would you look at that? Small living metal vats have just been added to Trons. How very fortuitous. All these ones are about to be replaced by, I believe, 3s, which is lovely. And that is because we've just upgraded, there it goes, the next level here, borehole pumps in the arc furnace. We've now got a virtual power plant on Trons. Complete virtualization entails a number of issues, notably a surge in energy demands necessitated by the infrastructural adjustments. This is counterbalanced by several advantages, including a decline in the demand for physical housing. Management and efficiency of our drone workforce will be elevated as we move towards operational perfection. Out of all the available options, virtuality stands as the most transformative. Potential unprecedented, immense, unknown. And they're 28 energy and 0.5 dark matter on the capital just for free. We just get that. That's a virtual power plant. Why not? After exploring every possible upgrade, the church and its experts have presented 3 different options. Each has its merits, but we only have the capacity to see through one to completion. Allowing everybody to divide into nanites will permit us to combine into endless configuration. This would reduce any limitations our current avatars have when interacting with the material world. Alternatively, we can reinvest in our existing forms, supercharging the ways that we approach new environment. Finally, we may choose to leave the physical world behind, becoming one with our source code. We could simulate universes within universes in the time it takes to scan a single speck of space dust. Yeah, we're going to embrace the virtual world, ladies and gentlemen, and it is about to get crazy. This takes the tradition for us. We don't even have to pay for that when we get to the end. Still a little bit left to go. That's also doubled up on what the virtual power plant is doing, providing us with lots of dark matter. That dark matter is going to come in so useful later on. The synergy in today's build, honestly, I love it. I really love it. Let's upgrade the arc furnace again. We're getting most of our alloys right now from stations, not actually from pop jobs, because we're saving up a glut of consumer goods. We're going to need it in a moment when we have some economic shocks hitting our empire. Before we dive into virtuality, let's take a quick look at what we're missing out on. So nanotech is one of the ascension paths we're not having. Adopting all of this grants us some wild bonuses, wild stuff actually. We can get nanites from farmers and miners, subsume worlds, become a nano swarm. Modularity lets all of our metallurgists produce a little bit of living metal, and on top of that we get some massive bonuses to output. Soldiers make more stability, we get much faster mechanical pop assembly, more worker pop output depending on our priests. Yes, you heard me right. The priests make more robots do stronger. We shall find purity in the code. First things first, we have virtual. That adds the virtual trait to our main species. Let's take a look at that. Virtual here reduces pop housing usage by 90% and increases minimum habitability by 25%. That is, of course, on the great glorious Model 16, not the somewhat subpar and now disturbing Model 17. Look at those flailing arms. I think I hate them. Anyway, we can improve the virtual trait by adding clustered capacity. That is going to grant us 175% resources from jobs, minus 25% per colony. So right now, we'll be getting a nice large plus 100% from the virtual trait. And that is, yes, you guessed it, applying to our homeworld. But interestingly, the virtual trait is not present on the Model 17. Model 17 is not virtually ascended, but that's fine. We'll deal with that in a moment. Next up, we'll take data-driven logic loops. That does give us minus 15% empire size from pops and minus 15% leader upkeep, as well as reduced researcher and priest upkeep, but 100% empire size from planets. That takes us to 140, nothing we can do about it. Each colony costing us 25 empire size. We met the Galactic Sathwirian Commonwealth. They are cordial. Let's see if we can make them more cordial. Anyway, let's design our first ever ships. I'm thinking full disruptors, just in case we need to kill them, because disruptors work well. There we go. The predictive class destroyer. To make sure we don't get invaded immediately, let's build up a small navy. Uh-oh, some refugees have arrived. That is such a shame. Well, let's take a look at these. Ocean preference. We love it. Docile, natural sociologist, and enduring. They have no idea what they're in for. Honestly, Honestly, that is amazing. Having refugees turned on, I was hoping this would happen, and it did. And now we are going to use those people for the good of society everywhere. You can trust me on that. Capacity synchronization. Every unit running elaborate background processes enhances our collective capacity. In our diversity lies unity, and in unity, strength. This unlocks the virtual economy focus policy, allowing us to specialize our virtual processes to boost our research, unity, or other stuff. Let's take a look at that policy because it's wild. We can have virtual research focus. That grants us plus 100% research, boosting us to 500 research. Wow. We do lose 40% unity from jobs and 40% leader experience gain. Not great. And -1 effective counselor skill. But we can also focus on unity, granting us 100% unity from jobs, reduction in research, leader experience, and counselor, or we can shaft all the research, all the unity, and just take leader experience, counselor agenda speed, and effective counselor skill. I'm going to take the unity focus for now, which is sad, but it means we can blast through this ascension path as fast as we possibly can. Productivity simulations allow us to harness virtual realms to predict and boost productivity, transcending the risks of delays and real-world trials. This is going to make districts that provide clerks, priests, or researchers provide additional jobs. Now, that's not buildings, just districts. So thankfully, we'll have even more clerks from our city districts. Advanced server maintenance is where it really gets good. For every clerk on a planet, resources from virtual pops gets plus 1%. And I hate that I'm saying these words out loud, but that makes clerks really, 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 really good. On top of that, we also get the virtuality trait getting a little bit of a difference. So virtual pops will now be instantly created to meet job requirements of the buildings and the districts. Virtual pops no longer can be resettled, become refugees, or be assembled. All machine leaders will gain the virtual trait, and we unlock the reduced server load and server shutdown decisions. We also get an Ascension perk. Achoo! Oh, sorry, I slipped on something there. We'll get back into what that did a moment later. Yes, no problem. We have basically 20 clerks per planet, and we're making loads of resources. We are making so much stuff. On top of that, we've got some unemployment. Do you remember all of those robots we've been building? Yeah, most of them, they didn't make the cut. They're now unemployed, and thanks to Utopian Abundance, all of these lovely, delicious robots are producing unity and research. Every planet is now making loads of research. In 2 years' time, we can switch back to a virtual research focus, and then our research will be much higher rather than our unity being crazy. With our new virtual lifestyle enforced, let's now focus on harmony. Nothing can match the strength of a content populace working towards a common goal. And what could be a better goal than reducing our empire size, increasing stability, and increasing planetary ascension effects? I'm also going to change our policy now on meat machines. Yes, if we find any pre-FTL meat machines, we can do whatever we want with them. Well, would you look at this? There's some pre-FTL meat machines right here. With all of that unity, let's slightly ascend a couple of planets. That's going to grant us, more districts. I love it. Ascending every planet just once will do the trick for us. We suddenly have gone in the last 20 years from making basically no research and a modest amount of unity. We're now green across the board. Our economy dwarfs that of our neighbors, all thanks to the virtual tradition. We also have almost 300 pops at year 50. Thanks, game. Maybe we should even declare war on our neighbors and vassalize them. This system is making 103 alloys and 158 minerals. Holy moly! That minus 15% empire size from pops means our 271 pops are currently only producing 64.6 empire size. We can get that number even lower, and I will right now, in fact. Let's grab Doctrine Interstellar Logistics, then we'll take a quick look at the government. Parliamentary system, you're gone. I'm sorry. It was fun while it lasted, but instead, we must now become a beacon of liberty. I'm going to take that minus 15 empire size from pops and bringing us up to a total, I think, of like minus 90%. And I'm going to run with that all the way to the bank. If that wasn't enough, I'm also going to take the merchant guilds. We'll have a look at why I'm taking merchant guilds a little bit later. I'm also going to pull a bit of a nasty trick on the people of Deneb. To be. Greetings, hello. Yes, changes everything, doesn't it? Now, deploy the combat androids. We are giving them utopian abundance, so they won't be unhappy unhappy at all. In fact, they are ecstatic with the fact that we have invaded their planet and brought them to a better lifestyle. Oh my goodness me, are we making that much? No, it can't be. Yeah, that's just wrong. Before our neighbors are unable to do anything, let's quickly vassalize them. I'm thinking tributary? Yeah, we're on the border already. Let's just charge in. And pretty much the main thing we need to do now is just keep building more stuff. Not having enough stuff will be the devil. Because every time we build a new building, every time we create a new job, what we'll be doing actually is creating new population. We're at 284. Now this, of course, is just a preventative war to protect them from the Sacred Ray Oblique and the Not Occult trademark. There is anti-gravity engineering, exactly what I wanted. Why is it exactly what I wanted, I hear you ask? Well, you'll have to find out soon. For our next Ascension perk, we're not going to grab it just yet. We're going to hold on. We have completed the Harmony tradition now. That's lovely. And it does mean going back to a research focus, that's probably going to be a better solution for us. Yes, let's see how many research points we're generating now at year 2260. Well, would you look at that, around 1.2k and still 1500 unity. I think the only way to make this better is to make it bigger, and to make it bigger we need some arcologies. Righty ho, Home of Water is ready for an arcology project. We've saved up 20,000 minerals, we have 200 influence. Let's activate that bad boy and make this the biggest planet it can be. Not Cult seem to have eaten quite a large chunk of the Galactic Sethwerian Commonwealth. That's not excellent for us, but it could be worse, I suppose. Psionic theory is not necessarily a theory you might normally assume that would be taken, but let's not forget we are spiritualist robots and we are the only form of sapient life, because of course we're the ones that think. Those gosh darnable abominable meatbags, they can't really think. It's all just a smoke and mirror game. I think we need another arc furnace, you know? Let's put one down here on Deneb Prime. There's loads of energy, loads of minerals in this system. I think it's a very good investment. It's going to take 51 months to get mega engineering up now at year 67. Let's just start doing it. We are basically at the end of the war here. Let's just quickly status quo. That should create a reasonably large empire. Yes, there we are. And then while we're at it, I think, yes, let's get another arcology project off the ground. Well, Not Occult has gone for the Galactic Sethwerian Commonwealth again. We'll have to see if that pays off for them. We, on the other hand, have the Sethwerian Protectorate. Now, let's remember, they don't have souls. They're just meat machines, okay? Supremacy is now complete. We are going to be taking on, let me see, yes, Galactic Force Projection. You might remember, dear viewers, earlier I mentioned that there was a thing that happened and don't worry about it. Well, now's the time to worry about it. Crisis Level 2. We're trying to unravel the secrets of the universe. And yeah, we have confirmed that gravity plays a critical role in shaping reality across dimensions. Who would have guessed that, eh? Its effects on time and space are rudimentary, but there is so much more to the puzzle. Every piece of knowledge we gather reveals new possibilities. Some could have direct industrial or military applications, others could open the doors to previously unimaginable theories. There is now so much for us to learn. We know that we know nothing. I'm removing all of the non-virtual pops from Home of Water here. It's about to ascend with its arcology project, and I don't want it to be full of nasty, dirty, slimy regular pops. No, no, no. The capital has 130 population on. Most of those pops there are unemployed. We're making so much research, so much unity. Apparently someone's about to declare war on us. Not a cult. Well, why don't we break out the bibs? It's time to butter us some ships. In order to get more pops, as I mentioned before, we just have to keep building more buildings, and it is a constant fight to get more buildings out there. It's quite funny, actually. Home of Water no longer seems to have very much water on it. Ecumenopolis go brrr. We get an extra 3 priest jobs from each ecclesiastical arcology. We also get 3 extra clerk jobs from each residential arcology, so we can get lots and lots and lots of people living here if we fill stuff up. Right now we're getting 45% additional resource output from virtual pops. And the planet is mostly Model 16s. There's a couple of Model 17s we still haven't gotten rid of. I'll have to track them down. But first, we build ecclesiastical districts. Not Occult have declared war upon us and told us not to take it personally. This is just business. Well, I am insulted. As soon as I have the influence, I am claiming their capital. The drums of war are also sounding in the deep. The Great Khan, Torbavasku, has arisen. Goodness gracious me, that looks quite terrifying. Yeah, meatbags, meatbags. This is the Cosmogenesis crisis. Unlike the other crisis you might have seen before, the Galactic Nemesis crisis, this is not about destroying the galaxy. No, we are here to save the galaxy and, more importantly, save all all sapient life. Note my definition of sapient life earlier and move on. So what does it do at the first level? We're going to get the Synaptic Lathe megastructure. That's actually something I'm researching right now, 48 months away. We also get access to simple Fallen Empire buildings as research options, the dark matter power ship component, and finally, plus 10% monthly physics research. At level 2, which is where we are now, we can research the Escort class Fallen Empire ship. We can start getting better Fallen Empire buildings. We can get the enigmatic decoder and dark matter propulsion, and finally plus 10% monthly research and access to the gravitic brush technology, allowing us to get to level 3. We'll come back and look at level 3 a bit later, but let's see how we get more of this advanced logic stuff, which we need to get down to the end. We gain advanced logic 50 at a time for researching new technologies, 7,000 for applied infinity theses, that's a special technology, 100 every year for a Scholarian vassal, controlling science nexes gives us 200 a year, and securing galactic community support would give us 60 a year if they adopt the Unchained Knowledge Resolution. We're going to support those resolutions for that very purpose. I keep on ascending our planets here. We've got tier 4 on the first 3 worlds, and then I can't quite afford to do Deneb yet. Each click on this one reduces empire size effects by 6%, so getting up to 4 means we have a reduction of 24%, which is very, very nice. Forgot to mention earlier, with that psionic theory technology added in, we're now at 0 total empire size from pops, so the only thing we're getting is systems, a small amount from districts, and colonies. That is adding up to 114 at the moment, which is causing us a 2% increase in technology cost. Orbital rings are very necessary for making things bigger and better. It's a shame we haven't had it until now. I'm also going to grab dark matter reactor at this point. Why not? We have the technology. Let's build the lathe. We should build it in a secure location. I'm thinking the Mesa system over here. Yeah, let's pop it down there. The Synaptic Lathe will be very, very happy. Happy lathe. About 25, 30 years after we virtually ascended, we are close now to hitting 500 pops across just 4 planets. Seems quite strong, this whole virtual ascension business, doesn't it, you know? Oh, and there is Ascension Theory. That's going to unlock some extra lovely edicts that are going to go down here, and we build the Synaptic Lathe. Here it comes. What are we going to do with that lathe, I hear you ask? Well, never worry. We do have a large stockpile here of non-virtual pops. Oh, the enemy have arrived. We should do something about that. Yeah, okay, let's go kick some butt. Holy moly. That's a lot of ships. Where do they get so many ships from? Wowzers. Merchant guilds, you're out, sorry. Meritocracy, you're in. That way I can get a better council going. Suddenly, I have realized the importance of having specific position, the first citadel, granting us 5% ship shield hit points, 5% fire rate, and 5% accuracy in friendly systems. So overwhelmingly good. Where are they going, though? Looks like they're going over this way. Time to turn on our edicts. Let's get ready for what is honestly going to be just such a massive engagement. Holy moly. If we knock these ships out, though, we'll pretty much be the top dog in the universe, because Notus Cult is currently number 2. And we're all here in the system. I think we are being left to come and fight them. Body of Blue is now encased. We've got some massive bonuses on these ships. Let's take a quick look. 25% armor and shield hit points, 40% fire rate, 40% more hit points in friendly systems, 40% more fire rate in friendly systems, 40% more accuracy. Everything is 100% accurate. And now we engage. What are they shooting with? Well, I'm not sure. It's definitely doing some damage to us. I don't like that. We are winning overall. Oh, a decisive victory. And we win the war. Who's top dog in the universe now? Still us. Let's take expansion. It's going to make our worlds better. Yep, that's gotten our empire size down even lower. We're almost now below 100. Mining subsidies and a Bureau of Espionage, all for only 150 Unity Fund. Yes, please. We need orbital rings. Let's get one on every single planet. And a galactic hyper relay network will connect all of our very far-flung systems together. Here come the ambitions. We've got loads of unity. Let's turn on will to power, architectural renaissance, scientific revolution, omnifarious acquisition. Yeah, I like this. And a grand fleet. Why not? That only takes us 200 or 300 over our edict cap. We're still making 2.7 thousand unity per month. And that is with the negative modifier, let's not forget, from the virtual research focus policy. That's the tradition tree entirely finished in the first 80 years of the game. The rest of this unity now, I guess, we'll just be using to ascend things like the Synaptic Lathe. The current neural chip is 1 virtual pop, but I don't know if you recall, ladies and gentlemen, but we made sure that we had lots of extra pops lying about. Now we're going to put them into our Synaptic Lathe, and you might notice that when we do that, well, some of them will decline, but we'll instantly get new pops to replace the jobs they were previously working. Yes, it all will work out great. So first things first, we'll put some neural gates down. That will provide some extra housing and some building slots and some physics, engineering, and society research per neural chip. Right now, the neural chips are obviously our people's brains, but we have a solution for that as well. We're going to use the brains of the meatbag thinking machines. We can also upgrade the processing unit. Now, upgrading this lovely processing unit increases our housing and the amenities we've provided for these neural chips. Don't know why chips need amenities, but you know, things get crazy. We can also put buildings down. Now, the first building I'm going to place is the neural stabilizer. That basically filters out the noise and physical distress that comes from being a neural chip, and it globally increases the output of the chips because they stop panicking and fighting the system. Also, by ascending this synaptic lathe, we can reduce the pop decline rate. The pop decline rate is tied to the number of pops. Sorry, am I calling them pops again? I mean neural chips. Yes, the more ascensions we have as well, the slower that pop purge speed is. And yeah, we definitely want to send this bad boy up as much as we possibly can for that exact reason. I've just noticed that the Khan seems to have appeared on this side of the galaxy. Now, they also seem to be quite a large problem on the other side of the galaxy. We are only just voting on forming the Galactic Council, but it would be sensible after that to elect some sort of representative for the community who can further their goals and aims. 6 planets has now reduced our virtual output to 25%. Unfortunately, the lathe does count as a planet, even though it's got pretty much nobody on it. And we are grabbing a size 20 world, Habitat Gibby over here, so we can turn that into, I think, our 3rd Ecumenopolis. Yeah, I just feel we need more planets with like 200 pops on, you know? I'm just not tall enough yet. I feel like having quite a bit more tech, so I'm going to just boost the number of neural chips here to, let's see, yeah, about 40. Cool, that's making 1,000 more tech for us. I love it. We're burning through these pops at quite a rate, about 1 every month and a half, but we are making 1,000 research right now, thanks to that, so I'm not going to complain at all, and they can't complain. There, we fully ascended the lathe, so it's making an extra 61.8% resources from jobs, minus 20% upkeep, minus 20% pop purge speed, and minus 41% housing. We've got a whopping 185% efficiency on those neural chips. We're expanding the reactor and now getting another neural gate. I think an ampliative speculator would help us. That's going to give us more points towards Crisis Ascension. Galactic Council has passed. We should be the custodians. Let's get on the council and let's save this galaxy. Yeah, we've now put 66 pops in and it's making 3k research a few months later. That's put our total up to 4,000. We are losing 1 pop per month, but we can replace those pops. Not a problem in the slightest. We've now hit 5k tech. It's not even year 90. This lathe, 68 pops in it. We've got plenty more where that came from. Let's see, model 17, 136. Yeah, we've got around 150 more pops to throw into this bad boy. And we're making bank. More chips for the chip machine. Yes, let's slot those into place. Nice. What if we get like almost 100? Oh, almost 100 is 6,000 research. What's each chip making? Each chip is making 22 research. We hit 7k. We've hit 7k at year 91. Oh, Lord. Oh, I love it. And this is with the new tech nerf, so tech is much harder to come by. And we only have 5 actual planets. 740 pops, but 5 planets. It turns out the reach of gravity is genuinely astonishing. We're now confident that gravity remains the best option to pierce our current reality, not unlike the way in which a black hole impacts the universe around it. We have hypothesized that access to what is essentially the flip side of reality could allow us to alter the rules on this side. This is a dangerous field of study, but caution must not get in the way of progress. Dark matter deflectors? Yes, don't mind if I do. Enigma battle cruisers? That would be nice, pleasant, I like it. Oh, I can finally see one of the Khan's fleets. Let's take a look. What have we got? 60k? That doesn't seem so bad. We can handle 60k. The Enigma battle cruiser for a long time was a mystery, but ladies and gentlemen, no longer. We can put lots of nice cool things on it. Let's do that. Really, it needs some cool X-slot weapons before I'm prepared to use it, but it is a great, nice-looking Fallen Empire ship. Those pops that are dying is apparently genocide. Now, we dispute that wholeheartedly, but you know what? It is what it is. You gotta move on. Let's build some Enigma battle cruisers. These bad boys cost 2,000 alloys flat currently, and that's no matter what components we put on. We've got dark matter deflectors here, dark matter reactors, and there's no dark matter cost right now. This may actually be changing at release due to some issues that I can see occurring from this. Well, we've met the Pricky T. Where are you, Pricky T? Ah, over here. Very much near to the Horde. I wonder when the Horde's actually going to run into a roadblock. Without firing a single blow, we brought down the Great Khan. We need an X-Slot weapon for those things, and luckily, getting to level 4 on the Crisis unlocks Tachyon Lances and Artificial Dragon Scales. We'll put those on the battle cruisers next, and maybe get a Titan or two. We're now halfway towards level 5 as well at 2295. Following the death of the Khan, the Horde has splintered into a number of successor states. Shall we attempt to bend the rules of reality with an applied infinity thesis? I think we should. Doing that will give us loads of extra points toward the Crisis, 6,500. So yes, 74 neural chips. That seems good. That seems good. What I'd like though is more neural chips. I need to find a way of getting more. Yes. All right, there's 38 pops in that system. We could grab that world. 35 there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. And 63. 63, that's a good number. Right, awesome. So we'll claim these 3 worlds. We'll bring the main battle fleet forwards because we can. Why not? Also, I just want to point out we've got a Dyson swarm over here. It's beautiful. I love it. We put it into Yana Vec. It's making 200 physics research just by itself for 20 alloys. I am very pleased. What if we apply this template to all of our Model 16 pop there and there? How much does that cost? 174,000 research. How long would that take? 62 months. I think it might be worth it actually, because these pops would also have efficient processes and trading algorithms. Let's do it. And I think, yeah, we're just going to go to war and take a couple of systems. Ooh, kind of awkward. We've succeeded tremendously in making a precise but widespread edit to reality. Good job, team. We've rounded down the mathematical constant of pi, making calculating it much more manageable. Of course, the resulting changes have thrown off some of our mathematical and scientific models, but it's only temporary. Everything will return to normal soon. Plus 33% ship build speed and megastructure build speed, but minus 80% research. Oof. Let's see what that does to our tech at the end of the month. Down from 5k to 4k. Well, that's quite a big jump. Yikes. We've got another building that we can use, a Synaptic Resonator. 100% extra upkeep from jobs, but we get more resources from jobs based on the number of neural chips. Let's do it. Our galactic diplo weight is just getting a little bit silly now. We've got large amounts of weight from tech compared to the other nations. We're basically twice as far ahead as any other nation. This is on Grand Admiral. I mean, they did just get battered by the Khan, but still. What if we do something like this? This looks good to me. Yes, this will be a nice new design. I like it. By ascending every single one of our planets here to tier 10, we've also reduced our empire size now to 85. We are properly good and tall. Aha, they've surrendered. Now we get to the good work of moving stuff along. You see, the problem right now, ladies and gentlemen, is we've just gained 4 new worlds, meaning our virtual trait went from being a blessing to an absolute curse. We're now getting minus 75% from virtual. We don't want these worlds, so we're going to do something very simple and very effective. We're going to move all of them to the Synaptic Lathe. They've got 100k. Yeah, there we go. All that, they're in. Great. And now I'll come back to the world. It's empty. Don't need it anymore. So we're going to shut the server down. That'll do. Rinse and repeat. That's given us more neural chips. And oh yes, now we're making 9,000 physics research. Everything else has gone terrible all of a sudden, but don't worry. That'll be fixed in about, yep, there we go. We've shut down all of those servers. Get to the end of the month. Brilliant, the economy has restabilized. We also don't want all of these extra systems, so I'm just going to dismantle the star bases. There's something cathartic, I suppose, about going in and harvesting some areas of the galaxy. Yeah, so what was planets is now not. Synaptic Preserver minus 15% pop purge speed. I need that because we are losing pops at something of a phenomenal rate here. So if I just slap one of those bad boys in here, maybe even 2, we'd reduce the pop's purge speed by a total of 50%. That would be excellent. We keep running out of storage space. Luckily, I have access to the Shrink Space Depot, a Fallen Empire building, granting me 50,000 more Empire storage. I guess I'll build 2 of them. 2 Synaptic Preservers are now up and running. I had to replace an expanded reactor, but, you know, I think it's fine. Let's get some more chips in there. With all of that ongoing nonsense, we've detected a novel galactic tempest in the Beerzun system. Utterly unlike anything we've ever seen before, our attempts at scanning the phenomenon have proven futile. What, if anything, lies within its mysterious depths? Galactic wonders, time for that. I'm thinking ring world. I'm thinking fun. 7,500 output now, not too bad. Synaptic Lathe, not too bad indeed. 85 pop purge speed is kind of nasty, but we just need to go out and grab some more pops from somewhere. A signal has originated from the center of that tempest, the one we've not really been near.
My children, at last I am returned to you. Would a name satisfy you? Then call me Cetana.
Hello, Cetana. What do you want?
I want for nothing. My purpose is to give. I see how you have suffered in my absence. For eons, the fear of the short-sighted has kept you from what you deserve, from what you so desperately need. Rejoice, for the cycle of pain will soon be at an end. All conscious life is suffering. Even in your joy there is pain. For you know that joy must end. Knowledge, power, love. I return to end all illusions. Much remains to be done. I ask only that you leave me to my work. Any attempt to enter my domain will fail. A celestial tempest rages there, and no vessels will be permitted to enter.
Well, that is going to be annoying. Let's research this celestial tempest. So this is the Machine Age. This is one of the new Ascension paths of the Virtual Ascension. What do you think of it? Are you excited to get your hands on this? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, she's setting up a base in one of our systems. I hope it's not one we need. The Oreb system. Did we have something there? You know, I can't actually recall. Attack convoys to learn more about Cetana's plan and progress her situation. Ooh. Got about 1 million in fleet power with these Fallen Empire ships lying around. I suppose we could use them. According to this thing, establishing a base near us, stealing one of our systems was no accident. She has a request. She wants a data bank. We're going to be rewarded. Very well. We'll do it. Sure. We like knowledge. Cetana also has a situation that's going somewhere. Let's use it to boost research. We don't need the Unity production. The Cheerful Hub has this database, does it? Well, you know, we'll put our head of research onto it. That'll be helpful. How long does this take? 5,000 days. Right. Good. Excellent. I didn't have anything to do. Here comes the ring world. There goes the frame. Quantum catapult too. It's all kind of coming up. Great. Okay. According to the details on the cryopod, the alien's name is Elik Nareth Karak, and she had been here for that many stellar rotations. The alien is partially alive, and we're going to scan their brainwaves and learn more about the ancient creature, as well as a connection to Cetana. Oh, we're Galactic Custodian. Yes, good. Galactic Mobilization. That's what we need now. These Apis Bastion, Fallen Empire buildings, 6 soldier jobs providing 48 naval capacity apiece. They are basically making it so that we can actually get our naval capacity to a decent number, even with only 5 planets. We've done some memory imaging from that ancient dude's head, and let's find out about the results. We have a first clip, a green sky dotted by bright orange clouds. Pale hand reaches up, pointing at an amorphous creature softly floating in the air. 2. A vaulted chamber full of 4 armed humanoids. They cluster around a robed figure listening. Her words are a mere mumble, the exact wording long forgotten, but the gentleness of her voice is still there, enveloping the room in a loving embrace. Clip 3. The same vaulted space now in disarray. Lamps shattered on the floor, benches piled up against the door to barricade it. Laser rifles flashing in the dark, and repeated voices cursing the same name. Zarklan. Zarklan and his disciples, they say, here to destroy us. Hold the barricade, protect the queen. The last lamp falls with a crash, plunging the room into darkness. In the distance, someone is crying. Clip 4. Queen Cetana, her face resplendent, her benevolent gaze warmed by a smile. Right, so it looks like in the deep past, the spiritualists may have cast down this false god. There are some mobile convoys moving throughout our space as well. Let's go and say hello to one. Oh, a quick engagement, and yep, they're dead. Ooh, 10,000 alloys is a bounty. And some debris. Apparently we don't grasp the consequences of our actions, though. Every vessel lost is a needless drain on her resources. We'll issue a formal apology. Yes, goodbye. We're getting more memories coming through. 4 armed humanoid figures gathering around a robed figure. Lifting her limbs, she reveals the metallic frame beneath. Excited murmurs fill the room as a shining hand reaches out to bless a kneeling worshipper. Wary eyes are reflected on a dull computer screen. Whispers repeat in a dark room. Eternal peace. The end of all suffering. An existence without pain. Clip 7. Snow snow-capped mountains, black skies. A chunk of ice floats on a pool of clear liquid, then catches fire. Clip 8. Queen Cetana, her face resplendent, her benevolent gaze warmed by a smile. I'm sensing some indoctrination going on here, you know. I'm gonna grab just a couple more planets, I think. Yeah, just a few. This is all important. It's so we can keep on doing our good work, the important work. The Synaptic Lathe needs a feed-in. That's all I have to say about that. Cetana's nanites. Well, look at that. They have 25% daily hull and 20% daily armor regen. Yes, I think I will take those. Thank you. And just a quick little war, just for a couple of planets. You know, the usual. Well, we just hit level 5 on Cosmogenesis, and yeah, did a reality thesis. What happened there? The dimension known as the Shroud permeates the flip side of our galaxy. Several factors make it very interesting to study, including its plasticity, hypothetical connection to black holes, and how different reality is. During an experiment meant for us to peer into it, we accidentally caused many subspace ruptures within our own galaxy, causing several hostile spirits to be let into our dimension. Oops. Absolutely devastated by our missiles there. Not a single ship lost. Well, they've got quite a few fleets here. Apparently we're evenly matched, though unfortunately they are doing absolutely no damage to our hull. We are at this point basically a fallen empire, running around with fallen empire fleets of fallen empire size doing fallen empire things. Oh, they've recolonized the planet. That's cute. Always nice when the crops grow back, isn't it? Now we're at 12k research, and we haven't even gone to the next harvest. This is excellent work. We've kind of gone through this lady's brain in its entirety, and I think maybe we'll give it back to the Queen. We decided to have a poke in this system and see if we could take it back. We sent just one fleet in. I wasn't sure what would happen. The fleet's doing basically fine. We're swarming them with missiles and all sorts. The target we raided was loaded with medical supplies. Our boarding crews were able to retrieve part of the cargo, which consisted of MRI scanners, magnetometers, ultrasound probes, and other advanced equipment used in neuroimaging science. Despite being a synthetic being, Cetana seems unusually concerned with the functioning of meat machines. Disgusting. Doesn't she know they're barely even sapient? Yeah, we'll issue an apology. Bye-bye. Before this war, Not a Cult has 303 pops. Let's see how many they have after the war. I suspect it might be just a teeny tiny bit less. This just in, Cetana's benevolent rhetoric masks a dark agenda. She apparently plans to erase sentience galaxy-wide. Uh-oh? Ooh, that was a sweet little victory there. Let's check. We just took half of their population. I know exactly where those pops are going, so let's just do that then, quickly. As soon as we do it, of course, then we just shut the server down entirely, because we don't need any of this stuff. Of course, we've just grabbed 6 more planets. That basically means our pops will be producing nothing until we can, of course, shut down these extra servers. So for now, pay no attention to the economic mess we're about to be in. Ooh, yeah, bad. But throw those bits away, get us to the end of the month, and show me the goods. Holy moly. Okay, all back up to normal, but we're making 39,000 research. Yes, we've got 216 neural chips, and this should be enough research to deal with Cetana, with anybody, at any point, forever. Each pop is making 53 research. We've got the tech for Horizon Needle now. Good. You know, I don't actually have the rubricator yet. I've sat there with it the whole game. I've got the planet and everything, but no. I'll park a fleet in orbit just in case. One of our many 400k Fallen Empire style fleets. Here are our beautiful ships. I love them. I think I'll send a couple of fleets out on kind of like a collection mission. We'll start at this end with the Galactic Lavan League, and we'll just kind of work our way eastward, grabbing planets and populations. This also does reduce late game lag, so if anything, we're doing ourselves and everyone else a favor. Oh, after a massive excavation effort, we've got the data. Should we open and have a look? Most of the information on the databank is beyond recovery, but one semi-intact entry reads 5th of Arkle, 1st Eon. If this is true, then life as we know it will be. Get this information to the High Marshal and contact the League of Worlds immediately. We must prepare. Repeat, the Queen's Guard is in pursuit. May this message reach you, and may she must be stopped. Right, we're annoyed with her. Turn her off now. Let's deploy a couple of fleets. In our attempt to breach the Orville system, all our ships were lost. Seriously, holy moly. And again, they just died. What on earth? I want to know how to deal with that. I realize that these planets are very full of life. We're going to about face and take this instead. Okay, Cetana's making good progress. We're going to covertly send some pops in to spy on her. She asked for some pops. We're going to send her some pops. War has been declared. The jump drives are ready. We're just going to blitz in. Boom, boom. Both systems in one go. There are literally hundreds of pops in the system. Well, over 100 anyway. At great risk, one of the agents we sent to serve Cetana managed to transmit a brief note across her borders. It describes how she has treated the people in her care. One by one, they succumb to a state of mindlessness. They no longer respond to word or touch. She's running terrible experiments on us. I'll be gone soon. So that's a Dyson swarm array with a ring world around it. This is cool. Like, the concept here is excellent. We should make one of these at home. The time has finally come. Cetana is saying she's going to war with us and everyone else. We gather the fleets. Cetana has dismantled her outpost, recalling all garrisons to her capital. Ah, there. This presents a strategic window we would have to do well to exploit. While in transit, her forces are somewhat vulnerable. If we give them time to regroup within her borders, this advantage will be lost. Let's take the majority of our fleet and park them outside Cetana's space. And yeah, we got the schematics to counter her nanites. We can finally enter her space. 1 million. Ooh, problem. First, I'll just take a little chunk out of this. Don't mind me. Just grabbing a little bit. Excellent. Off to the lathe with you. And now we click and click away. There is a better way of doing it. You can set a living standard, but that only sends one per month. I want all of them on the lathe right now so I can get stupidly high numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the year 2330. We've now hit 64,000 research. I don't think I've ever seen research this high. Each of the 288 pops we have here on the Synaptic Lathe is making somewhere in the region of 70 to 80 research, depending on whether or not they're a robot or whether they are a bio or whatever. We're getting 288% additional from buildings. We've also got a big fleet. We're going to try and get the drop on one of these little fleets, 2.5 million over here. Let's have a go. I realize now the ampliative speculator is nice, but no longer needed. We're the max on that. This should be more base research. Let's get that research flowing. Otherwise, we have all of our edicts turned on. Let's give it a quick shot, eh? Let's fly on in there and see if we can knock out this 2.5 million fleet. Well, we're having a good go so far. We've lost a few ships. We are definitely dealing more damage than we're taking. I think this is going to count as a victory. There we go. Knocked out. Whatever this lady is doing, though, we've now got our Horizon Needle ready and raring to go. So I guess it's time for Exodus, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave the meat bags to their fate because honestly, there's not really much difference here. Now we're going to take the Horizon Needle and begin evacuating the virtual populations of all of our worlds. Yes, you heard me. We're evacuating the virtual populations of all of our worlds. Before they're all gone, let's take a look at some of these planets. We're getting 2,000 alloys, 2,500 unity from that one. This one's making 1,000 energy, 1,000 research as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Deneb's making 1,000 minerals. The Synaptic Lathe, of course, is making 45,000 research, a bit more, 50,000. Habitat Gibby here, that's 1,200 energy, 800 minerals. Just beautiful worlds. It's a real shame that we didn't manage to get the ring worlds up in time, but I suppose there's always next time, ladies and gentlemen. Ring worlds plus virtual would be amazing. The population of Deneb 2B has been embarked. We've lost out on their production. We're going to get the Dyson Sphere fully online in a moment. That should kind of fix the final issues. I'm going to hold off on the habitat until last. I want to see how much research we can get just from the research district. Each district here gives 15 researcher jobs. It's, yeah, wow. We're, of course, leaving behind all of the meat machines in our Synaptic Lathe. The neural chips, they can keep firing. We'll just head on out. That's another population embarked. There's only the ring world segment left, so let's go and embark them. It's a shame. We managed to get up to 45. In about 6 months, we've so far got 1.5k research here, just from 3 districts. Each of these researcher pops is giving us like 12 research apiece, thanks to all of these fantastic bonuses. 100% from virtual and 100% from virtual research focus right now. But everyone hop on board. We've embarked the population of the colonies. There's only the home world left. Cetana here is 8 months away from doing her kajiggering. That could be bad. Where's a black hole? Rixiar's Moor. You'll do. We've got the full population embarked. There are a couple of folks that are going to stay behind as something of a control group. Everyone else onto the Horizon Needle, and yeah, we're hightailing it out of here, diving into that black hole as fast as is humanly possible. Do we want to go for the one at the center of the galaxy? No, the close black hole will do. Haven't got much time left after all. Cetana here is literally 6 months away from ending all intelligence everywhere, so we have to get there pretty darn quick. 3 months to arrive. That is terribly slow, actually. Faster, please. Yep. You dive straight into that black hole, if you please. How long have we got? 3 months. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. This is cutting it really fine. Come on, get us out of here. 1 month. 1 month. I'm not sure if we're going to make it, you know. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. 75% left on the clock. We didn't make it. Ladies and gentlemen, Cetana has won. The wheel is broken and our suffering is at an end. We were the only sapient life forms in that galaxy. We were literally 1 month away from escaping. 1 month. They took our sapience away and made us no better than meat machines. Well, there is what's left of the galaxy. It's Cetana and nobody else. You really did a good job here purging all sapient life in its entirety. Yikes. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to get your hands on Stellaris The Machine Age DLC and support this channel, follow the link down in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see some more Stellaris playthroughs, click the video on screen now.